Alrighty. Hello everybody. Uh Welcome back if you are returning, and welcome to the channel if you are just tuning in, I suppose. Today I'm going to be playing some more Black Ops 2 Zombies through Plutonium. And last time I did town, so I thought I would play a farm game this time while I rant. Just to make it a little harder on me, I guess. No pack a punch. Also, I don't want to embarrass myself playing a different map, because I don't know any of the Easter egg steps anymore. Um, yeah. So let's get into it. Welcome back, friends. Um, Thank you to one of the commenters on my last video. I'm not remembering their name right now, but I'm sure you could find them. They recommended to try OBS, so I'm trying that out today. So if you want to let me know how it looks, how it sounds, um, you know, when I eventually post this with little to no editing, that'd be great, because, I'm looking to improve it, with, how I can, I suppose, without, like, trying to, like, update my PC or something. I mean, like, upgrade it. Oh, well, playing a little stupid. So, we're gonna pretend like that didn't happen, and we're gonna restart. Um, Anyways, yeah, before this video started, I was going on for like 20 minutes trying to figure out OBS, and I think I have it so that I'm just hearing myself in the game so I can play some music that is absolutely copyrighted, um, without you guys hearing it, which is nice because sitting here talking into a mic is great, but the music is good to like distract myself, make me feel less alone. Um, Anyways, if you are seeing this video and not the first video that I posted probably about a month ago, um, I am starting to do like a rant style video on this channel. Um, and it's kind of like a personal project I have going on, even though I'm not so dedicated to it. I am just posting when I feel like it, and I like to just talk and play some zombies, or just play some games in general. I was introduced to, well, I guess maybe not introduced, but finally convinced by a friend to play Noita, a 2D wizard roguelike sort of game. And I was thinking that maybe at some point I would play that on this channel, but today just felt like I should play some zombies again, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, how are you guys? How have your last couple weeks been? I know mine have been a bit up and down. Um, just with finals and life in general, you know, people. You gotta deal with people all the time. And I mean deal lightly here, not like, people. But I mean like, you know, there's people around you in life, so you gotta deal with them. I don't know how else to describe it. Deal is not always so negative in my own head, so I just mean like interacting with and navigating platonic relationships and things. Are there no wall buys on this map? I totally forget. Is it only box? I don't know. We're gonna go look around a little bit because I totally forget farm. But yeah, I did pretty well this last semester, other than one class which I failed, which I'm pretty embarrassed about just because I just did not do very good at all. And it was my own fault because I just got super disinterested in the class. And wow, that was crazy. It just kind of tanked my motivation, and so I stopped doing a whole lot. And I ended up failing, which is like, you know, be stupid, like me. Uh, what else I gotta talk about? I guess the inciting incident for this video was I was feeling particularly worked up over a breakup that I went through decently recent bars. I think you know, a couple months ago, but you know, some of the feelings from all that still come and go. And I was just feeling particularly down about it today, and to I guess to describe the situation a little bit more is I still have a very close friendship with the person that I am no longer with romantically, and uh, while I still think it's the best thing for me to be that close, I just, you know, because I really do value that friendship um, quite a lot. It still can be confusing. Because I guess in my head, there's like certain things you do with people where, like, I guess things that you do for them or with them that aren't necessarily romantic, and they aren't necessarily just platonic. And I think both of us, at least right now, are okay with doing things like that. But if you catch me on the wrong day, I'm like, uh, I don't know, adding meaning to some actions when it isn't there. And it just throws me for a loop, and I wonder if I should be doing any of this at all. Like, you know, like trying to stay friends after a breakup, which I, you know, just like as a quick thing, like I always imagined myself growing up that like when I broke up with people, and it was, you know, uh, like a good breakup, not like a crazy uh, you cheated on me sort of breakup, that I would want to stay friends, because I feel like you're always friends with someone first before you move into a relationship. And I always thought it was stupid that people break up and then they're not friends anymore just because um, like they couldn't work out the romantic side. But I guess life humbles you in a way. So growing up now, like into my 20, wow, things are getting hectic. Things just, I guess, I have a different view on it now, and it's not necessarily clearer, like a clearer view of things, but a more informed and, I guess, like, again, humbling. Like, it's just, shit happens now where I'm just like, damn, like, that's crazy, and I don't really know how to navigate it. Not to say that I have to know, I don't know, and that scares me because I don't I don't want to like sorry, and Jesus, I know this is a rant, but it's crazy to me like while I'm not breaking down, but like stuttering and playing zombies that I'm just having the thought that like somebody's enjoying watching this, or I guess maybe listening, because it sounded like from the last few comments that people were mainly throwing it on to listen, which like hell yeah, I love listening to videos. So, but point is um, it's just weird growing up, especially I guess a little bit more info about little me, child me, is I was not so hot with the ladies when I was younger. Um, I was a nice enough kid. I don't think I had any like charisma or something. Yeah, that was pretty dorky. So, and that's not to say like girls don't like that, but the girls that I grew up with, you know, weren't interested in me until much later, I guess. And then I, you know, got into this relationship that I'm talking about in college, and it was the first like real intense relationship that I've ever had. Um, so that's just a little bit of backstory, but I just think it's weird now because I um I always thought like my thoughts on like relationships and relationship problems, to be more specific, would be pretty cut and dry, pretty final. Like it would kind of fall into like a plan I had already made in my head, and then I would just follow the steps of the plan. But that doesn't really work in practice because life is always more complicated. Oh, that is like 3 power-ups. That was weird. Um, oh yeah, one thing I did want to say real quick is I'm not looking for advice. I kind of, maybe I should make like a disclaimer, I don't know, like at the beginning of the video to be like, hey, don't get in my comments all super advicey. Like I do appreciate the like the streaming, I guess like recording side of advice because I'm new to making videos, but when I'm talking about my life, I don't want to hear a bunch of like, hey man, you just need to let go. Like, nah, I'll deal with it how I want to deal with it. If that makes sense. I feel like when I make these videos, it's more for like, I'm hoping that somebody stumbles upon it and they're like, man, I'm in the same boat as him. And just like, because I'm the type of person where if I hear somebody is going through something similar to what I'm going through, then I will feel better. And it's not even like the problem's gone away or anything, it's just like knowing that somebody else is confused about their life, or I guess as confused about their life as you are, then you're like, alright, I'm not so screwed. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. But I was just feeling pretty down because I still have some pretty strong feelings for this person. And it's a bit too late in this breakup process to kind of go like, hey, I still have strong feelings for you. And admittedly, I'm still figuring out if it's like, you know, when you like have something for so long and you finally don't have that thing. I mean, this is going to sound so stupid because I'm sure a lot of people have gone through this before, but you know, like when you have something for so long and you finally don't have it anymore, your first reaction sometimes is like, man, I need it back. But I don't know, I like to take my time with a lot of my thoughts because I can have like strong thoughts, like where I kind of need to take a second and like actually think about what I'm thinking and be like, oh, is this is this something that I actually believe, or is this like a knee-jerk sort of thing? Um, because if it's like a knee-jerk reaction, you know, I would say typically like you gotta just acknowledge that and then move on, right? Because you know it's knee-jerk. You know it's like you're just reacting to the immediate thing that happened and you're not processing it. But at this point, it's been a couple months now. Like, I've had time to process it, and I don't know if I'm just like someone who's slow to move on, or if there's something there that I still need to maybe discuss with the other person. But the worst part is, like, I guess from my side of things, it seems like the other person, not as like totally moved on, but they're just not as like, it doesn't seem like the mental toll on them is as heavy, um, as it is for me. And they seem fine, I guess, not talking about the whole thing, kind of letting it blow over. Alright, blow over seems like mean, but I mean like they're moving on by talking with other people and living their own life and going out and doing cool things, and I try and do my fair share of that, but I guess maybe I wish that I could still talk with them and it be about the like relationship. I don't know, it always feels like there's more to clarify and more to talk about and this and that and whatever, but I'm just wondering like what the resolution of all this is. Just because, also I know this is kind of like a depressing rant for this video, so I'm sorry if this is bringing up anything bad for you guys. But I don't know, I guess I kind of use these videos to get this stuff off my chest, so sorry. Um, yeah, it's it's weird, and I know that a lot of you who have gone through something similar will feel the same or say the same. But it just feels like me talking about it, because like I still text this person, I still hang out with them, I still you know, do favors and hang out in a larger setting with them and like with other friends I mean. And so um it feels weird when like the energy doing that is good, but kind of when I start to talk about how the fact like we aren't together anymore, how do you feel about that, or like I want to talk about something or something like that, it like the energy shifts a little bit, kind of like as if they're looking at me like, still really, like you're still on this, like we broke up forever ago, you know, like they just seem so far past it, and I don't want to like shove, you know, my opinion down their throat, because like they could totally be hurting and they're just like showing it in a different way, or they're waiting for friends to go and vent to or something like that. But it just still sucks when it kind of feels like I shouldn't be talking about it, even though like in my head I'm like trying to fucking saw blade it out. I'm like, oh my god, please, I don't want to think about this anymore. And my first thought is like, oh, I'll just go talk to the person that it happened with. But then I sort of feel like a burden. Like I'm like bringing up, like I'm kicking a dead horse. Like so, but this, I don't know. To me, this seems like the horse will never be dead. Like this is just something. This is like gonna be chronic, guys. I don't know. But I'm hoping that's just how I'm gonna feel in the moment. And also, sorry, a little bit more backstory to all this of why I'm sort of feeling like this is obviously in a relationship. This relationship lasted for like 3 years, And when you're in a relationship that long, like, obviously you're gonna have really good moments with that person. And then there's gonna be the moments where, like, you know, when you're broken up, you're like, oh, that, you know, that's a good reason of why we broke up or whatever. But God, going back to dating like afterwards is I don't know. In my experience, it was just terrible, and a lot of it's my own fault because I kind of broke a no-no like a no-no rule, like don't date your coworkers. But then I was like interested in the coworkers, so I went and hung out with them, and it just didn't go the way I wanted. So I felt a little embarrassed afterwards that I had even like tried to look for something like that. But like I know it's not embarrassing, right? Like at some point it's okay for you to just like go and like meet somebody else, and like that's how you're gonna live life, is like, you know, it didn't end right with this one partner, but you know, now you have the chance to go and look for somebody new who might fit you better. And I understand all that. Like I feel like I'm mature in that aspect, but it was weird because I had this shitty experience after this breakup trying to date again, and then I was talking with uh, my ex, and they had something similar. They said that they went and tried looking for something, and they kind of it just didn't go through. Like they were just not enjoying whoever they were with. Like it just wasn't working, and it was just weird to like talk with someone who you used to have that with, and you both say that the first time after your breakup that you try and like go date or something was like shitty, and you kind of just like sit and stare at each other like, I don't know, at least that's how it was for me. I guess I don't know what they were thinking because I didn't ask, and two, I can't read their mind. um but it's like, it's, I guess it's on the line of irony, or it's irony, whatever. Um, because it's like we had a relationship, things were good at some point. You know, I'm not saying all of it was like, you know, peaches and cream, but uh, I'm saying that a majority of it was good. That's why we were together for 3 years, you know. Um, and it's just like we both have crappy experiences, and now we're sitting looking at each other, and there's 3 years of memories to go back to, and you're like, well, that was pretty good, like why did we ever break up, sort of thing. But I know that's just me making fun of the whole thing, but it's still so weird, like. And after that conversation, we both came to the conclusion that it was like, you know, just try again. But it's weird to talk to an ex and be like, all right, go back out there, try again, like it sucked this time, oops. um you know, but maybe it won't the next. So yeah. And it's really weird because when I was like a kid, I always thought that like if you broke up with someone, that was it, not that it was like final, but like I always thought that it was smartest to not go back to that relationship, because there was a reason of like why you broke up, and that should be the reason why you stay broken up. But God, I if I could tell you that, not that the reason was ambiguous, but that it's one of the most like slow affecting reasons of why you would, you know, initiate a breakup, I could not like understate it. It is like, or I guess I could not overstate it. Anyway, I just uh I don't know. I am the main reason of why we broke up is mainly on my part. Um, I am not the most motivated person in the world. I don't really know what I want to do here, like on Earth, yet. Like, it's like, I went to, or I'm saying like I went to college as if I'm not still doing it, but I'm at the tail end, and I'm almost through my 4th year studying computer science, and I just don't even know if I love it a whole lot. And it seems a little bit ridiculous because I'm like, damn, you should have maybe switched your major halfway through or something, but I just didn't even know what I'd want to switch it to. And I was pretty good at CS for the most part, so I just kept it. But where am I going with this? Oh, yeah. Anyways, not super motivated, kind of squeaking through college and stuff. And it kind of just built up. I think she had a very, I guess, wow, I've been avoiding saying she, haven't I? But anyway, she um, uh, is just the opposite. She's just very motivated. She's always got a clear plan for what she wants to do, which I admire. I think that's great. It just sucks, I guess, because I'm slow to change and I'm not really sure how to do it, and it's weird because people always say like, "Oh, you'll make the change when you need to," or something like that. Like once the motivation is there, you'll just do it. But it's like it seems like it's never there, and it sucked because I really liked this girl. Oh, well, I loved this girl. Um, and it was just hard to kind of let it go because and to know that I guess the ball was in my court, right? Like I just needed to make a really solid change towards like self progression and like wanting something cool for myself, and like that probably would have been the main thing of like what would have made the difference in this relationship between a breakup and not. Um, uh, so yeah, and sometimes that can just get a little heavy on the brain, like because obviously I'm not trying to like blame myself. Like that's too much, right? Like that will never do anything good for you trying to like blame yourself for everything, because what's the use, you know? It's already over. Yeah, you can say like, you know, this was my fault and this was my fault, but at the end of the day, like, it's over now. So are you gonna keep blaming yourself, or are you gonna go and like, you know, GG go next or something? But I'm definitely a person who dwells, so I guess I'm not taking my own advice. Sorry, I'm kind of spacing out a little bit. But yeah, I guess that'll be like the breakup portion of this video, which will probably end up being a hefty portion of this video. Um, so if you're going through anything similar or have gone through anything similar, I feel for you. It's not easy. And that shit will make you feel like an adult real quick, because you're like, damn, this is a big boy problem, and I don't know if I'm big boy enough. Wish I could jump onto that van. But what else is there to talk about? I got a new job, which is pretty cool. Very, very chill job, you know. Practically minimum wage, very easy. I don't get anxiety going into this job, which is pretty nice. Some of my old jobs did that to me, and those jobs were not fun. So, but yeah, I work at like a bowling alley, I guess you could call it. It's a little bit more than that, but uh, I've been enjoying it, but it has caused some, not drama, I guess, but just weird stuff with people. Like, sometimes I forget that the people I go to school with or interact with, like, heavily, like, on a daily basis, are not the only people in the world. So when I, like, meet somebody on a job and, like, start to become friends with them, like, I kind of have to remind myself that not the only reason, but mainly the biggest reason that I am talking to them is because they work at the same place as me. And so a lot of the stuff, like where you're at college and you kind of get a vibe from someone, you're like, I don't know if we'll be great friends. Normally you can kind of just like avoid them or not talk to them. But at work, you have to talk to your coworkers. So I try to keep things pretty, like, uppity with other people. Like, not fake, but like I just try and treat everybody like I don't know, like they're cool. Like I'm cool with them, they're cool with me. Like I just try and have that sort of mentality. But it just can get a little annoying. I don't know, I'm just swapping guns for fun because I don't know. I can get very anxious about my job quickly. Like it'll take very little for me to now have a reason to be annoyed about my job or something. So when I am not forced to talk to coworkers, but like practically forced, because like who's gonna sit there and be a stone wall for 8 hours, you know? So like I try to talk to my coworkers, but sometimes it's like their energy regarding things just does me no good. And I'm like sitting here like, damn, like that sucks, but also like on a weird way, in a weird way I don't care. Like one of these things is like I was talking with a coworker and they were complaining to me about a situationship. And if you do not know, oh, that was really bad. What a situationship is, it's like when you're practically dating and you just don't have the title. And it was very weird to listen to. Okay. Because I have never thought of like a situationship being something that anybody would willingly want to participate in. And it seemed like this person was just liked like they liked being able to spin the story in their favor more than what the actual essence of like the people and the actual situation, like they just liked being able to tell the story more than the like telling people about the consequences of the story. And I just think that's weird because it's like you should, I'm not like going around telling people like I don't know, like I'm trying to think of an example. Like if I got fired from a job, you know, I would end up talking talking about me getting fired from a job. Don't get me wrong. But it would definitely be like I'm sad about being fired or I'm mad about being fired, but it would never be about like I don't know. You'd have to, I guess this is one of those things where you'd have to listen to this person talk about it because it's almost like an all barred no spite sort of thing. Like, they just had so much to say about this other person they were in a situationship with, and yet every time, like, they actually have the chance to, like, go be rude or go be however about it, they never take it. They just let it be super mild, and then they milk this whole situationship thing again so they can tell it to other people, and that just, like, annoys me. Because, like, why are you doing that? What's the point? You're not being real that way. You're just enjoying the attention you get from other people when you have an exciting story to tell. I'm not saying that, like, the story's not exciting. I'm just disappointed that the way you tell it is only for personal benefit. You're like, it feels good that people feel bad for me or whatever. Um, so I know that was kind of maybe more complicated than I needed to make it, but welcome to the channel, I guess. I'm gonna do that a lot. Can they jump up here? I can't remember. On our last res, rip. Sorry, I know that this video seems a bit down, but it'll only be until the end of this video. I think I'm just using this video as like a cleanse or something, because I don't know. Life's complicated. I feel like I can't always just like talk to other people about my problems. It always just seems like other people's problems are more intense or more deserving of attention than mine. Because mine, like, I always do this like on paper, because that's what it feels like. On paper, a breakup, like dealing with a breakup is not near like being in debt. I know somebody who is in debt, and that sounds like ass. I would not want to have to deal with that, especially at their age. And that just sounds like a lot to handle. Shit. Damn, close. This video feels a little short. I don't want. I want to end on a good note, so I'll start up another one, and maybe end it halfway. But yeah, I just have trouble with that sometimes. And I think it can definitely affect me negatively. I'm not gonna say like I think, but I want to change the map. Let's just do this. That sounds kind of fun. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say that when I go too long without like actually venting to someone, I it definitely like builds up, and I'm like, oh my god, like get out of my head, the voices. And so I guess this is another way for me to do that without feeling like, I don't know, asking to vent to someone has always felt so weird to me. And I don't want to like get off on the wrong foot or like give people bad advice, because you should absolutely vent to people. This isn't to say that you shouldn't. I'm saying what I have is a bad habit. But it's just, this is another way for me to do it, and it makes me feel better about not having to like bother someone with all this crap. So, and also just the people that I would talk to are not always available. But yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about something nice though. What can I talk about that's nice? I can talk about what's good. Talk about skateboarding. How about that? Yeah. I am just starting to skateboard. trying, I mean. I tried a while back in high school, didn't have a whole lot of time or like friends to practice with, so I kind of gave up on it for a little bit. But now that I have some friends, I am starting again, and it's been fun because one, being on a college campus, it's honestly what the fuck. Did not want the war machine. Okay. Being on the college campus, it's nice being able to um, like skateboard around instead of just walk everywhere. It's just faster, a little bit less energy required. Where are these grenades going? This thing is terrible. It should explode on a hit. Oh, does it? No. Oh, oh, okay. Uh, Real ones know the camping spot back here. Fire. But yeah, I just got a skateboard. I bought one. It came in literally today. Um, and so I'm excited to go try it out and maybe make it a habit or get better at it or something. Because it was just fun. I hung out with some friends and skated around on campus for a little bit, not too long ago, and it was nice, very nice. I understand why people like skateboarding. Wow, this is, yeah, just. Should have just got the M1. I mean M14. Yeah. So if you skateboard or are a skateboarder, props to you. That shit's hard. Not gonna lie. Having ridden a bike before definitely makes it easier, I guess, in a way. Just knowing that like you rolling doesn't instantly mean you're gonna die. Because I remember trying to get on a bike for the first time, and I thought that getting on was the worst thing ever, and then, you know, you learn, and you're like, this isn't so bad. And, that's kind of how I feel about skateboarding now. Like, getting on a skateboard, I'm kind of like, alright, this isn't terrible. I still suck at getting on a skateboard, but I'm not afraid to do it.
Double points.
What else? I'm going on a trip soon. Oh, actually, I have a very, very, very good friend. Basically my best friend. I always have trouble saying best friend because I have like 3 extremely very good friends, and I became friends with 2 of them under the same circumstance, and one of them in a different circumstance, and they are both very, very close to me. And so I always feel bad maybe saying best friend because I would consider all of them my best friends, but best friend to some people is like an exclusive title, and I don't want them to feel less valued. But anyway, best friend coming down very soon. We'll be staying in my tiny little apartment room, and we're just gonna do everything together. It's gonna be fun. I barely get to see him because he lives in a different state. We're both broke all the time. Not sick. What the hell is going on with RPD and Raygun? Yeah. And then we're gonna go on a little trip to a place with some snow, hopefully. And that'll be with a lot of friends, and that should be pretty fun. And just to give you a little laugh, my ex will be going on that trip, and this isn't coming from me. This doesn't mean anything. Like, I would have been totally cool, but I think you guys would find it funny that they would be going on that trip. But I won't have any problems. It'll be fun. Everybody's been waiting for it, and I'm excited to go myself. So, what else? What else can we talk about? I don't know. First video. I was gonna say last video, and then I was like, but it was my first video. I'll just say last video. Last video was, I don't know, it felt a little bit more philosophical. I guess I had more philosophical stuff to talk about. I think I talked about the election or whatever, but that's kind of over and done with. But I don't know. I guess the big hitter today was the breakup. Yeah. But yeah. Sometimes I gotta just remind myself that life moves on, and that's with or without you. So sometimes you gotta get over yourself. Um, and that's no easy task. Believe me, I've been on and off hurting for like a couple months now because of this stuff, and I still don't know how to like really manage it, really like get a handle about how I feel and what I'm gonna do. Too used to your COD reloads your gun. Yeah. So, but it's like it's a one day at a time thing, and I guess if I were to like say my biggest worry, it would be, well, I guess there's two main ones. One is that I'm scared that I'll never find someone that I will feel as close to as the person that I broke up with. Or I guess I didn't break up with them, but okay, this doesn't matter anyway. And the second thing is I'm just afraid that I'm gonna go back to like middle school me or like high school me who could genuinely like just not talk to girls or get the attention of girls. And this isn't on some like incel shit where I'm like, these women have betrayed me, but I'm just saying I was definitely not in the running back then, and I hated that feeling. I felt very unattractive as a kid. And very, not that like you should be attractive as a kid, but you understand what I'm saying. Like you have crushes when you're a kid, and you want to feel like special to someone else. And I just never really felt all that. And I'm afraid that it'll get to that point again while I'm an adult, and that'll just be fucking game for me. Like there's no coming back for that. But I know both of those are a little bit ridiculous just because if it took me, I don't know, 18, 19 years of my life to find somebody that I was like very connected to, I still have at least another 18, 19 years of my life to find another person. But again, the other thing that scares me is if it does take that amount of time, God, I'll be with that person when I'm fucking 40. And that's I don't know, I already hate the idea of being old and having to wait until I'm that old to have found my next relationship, someone that I feel special to. Um, that scares the shit out of me. So, yeah. Anyway, if you're young, going through weird relationship stuff, I love you because shit's hard. It is, and it's twice as weird as it is difficult to manage. I've never had such intricate or delicate, like raw feelings as just been going through this breakup. It's just like some of the weirdest feelings you ever have. You're just like not even sure what your own brain is thinking or feeling. Um, so and I tried to like surround myself with, you know, other people to sort of, I guess, not like drown out the noise, because that sounds unhealthy, but I mean like at some point you gotta go like hang out with other people so that you remember what it is to be like a platonic normal person. um so yeah, I try, but a lot of people are busy these days. When you get older, it just seems like you get busier, got less time. My parents live in another state currently, so it's hard to
Double
I guess
points.
get in-person talks with them and stuff.
Insta kill.
Yeah. And other than my parents, I have little family I really talk to. I mean, I talk to my brother, but he's not that he's distant, but we've just always had a weirdly distant relationship. My sister, I basically barely talk to. She's got uh, just a bunch going on, and she's kind of just got her own life now. And to give a little bit of info, both my brother and my sister are actually my half siblings, and they're much older than me. So it's definitely weird trying to communicate, because it's like I know them, they're familiar, I can talk to them, but I'm not talking to them like how I would who's like closer to my age, you know. And that makes sense, but it's also weird because it's like I feel like I should be talking to them more because they are my family, like my blood. But it just never really works out that way. Um, yeah. Um, God, I know I keep going back to this breakup, but I guess maybe that'll just be like the rant for today. Maybe I'll put it in the title. I don't know. I don't want to ruin the
Double
titles.
points.
The titles were going to be cool. It's just going to be like a 1, 2, 3 sort of thing. No other information. You got to click on the video and find out. But then I'm going to feel like an asshole when people see the exact same title. They load it up, and then it's just me complaining about a breakup for like an hour straight. But you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Am I right, guys? You clicked on the video, not me. Just kidding. I love you guys. Sorry. I do a lot of because I'm just like thinking of what to talk about next. So at least you know this isn't scripted. Fire. Um, I told I told some friends that I had this channel. Well, that I had a channel and that I was making videos, and of course they found it right away. But I think it's funny that I am not embarrassed by this channel, but I guess going on going on camera, you can't see me. Like,
Max ammo.
you know, talking and playing games and like revealing personal information, not like doxing information. God, if somebody doxed me already, that'd be crazy. Oh, I had to itch my eye. Oh, I still gotta itch my eye. Hold up, watch this. Insane Zombies movement. Um, but I think it's funny that they found it and then like nobody actually cares that I have the YouTube channel, and I don't think any of them have watched the video. I mean, to be fair, if one of my friends said they had a YouTube channel and the only video they had up was like an hour long, I'd be like, I don't know if I'll watch that. So, Sorry, this might seem like I'm like really sad about them not watching my videos, which to be honest, I have no proof that they have not, but I'm assuming that they haven't because they would probably say something about it. Anyways, the point is, I think it's funny that I can get so embarrassed in my own head about doing stuff like this, when in reality, even the people who I consider like most important, they don't care. They're just like, yeah, cool, make videos, whatever. So I guess I'm glad to have friends who don't bash on me or make fun of me and stuff. I mean, like they do like a good make fun of, you know, like I feel like all friends should be able to make fun of each other, but not when it comes to something like this. Something that I'm like already embarrassed about is something you leave alone if you're competent as a friend. Um, yeah. So, I've been listening to a lot more music lately. I listened to um I Let It In and It Took Everything, the album by Loathe. Honestly, I have not listened to a whole lot of Loathe, but that album, I was like, wow, the album was great. So I've been having that on repeat for the last couple weeks. So I would suggest you listen to it too if you are a metal fan. If you don't like metal or rock or like, I don't even know how else to describe it. I'm not like a big music terminology guy. I just kind of am like, yeah, it's rock or it's metal. But that album, very good. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video there just because I feel like I've been ranting long enough. I love you guys if you watched. I hope this was up to standard, or at least feels like it fits with the first video, also known as last video. Um, because you know, I as much as I don't want to be putting out content that is like negative or like sad, or at least could be sad for some people. Like, I don't feel sad right now, and I don't feel like down about this. I feel more like I'm just explaining, and it feels like I'm just tidying, getting rid of garbage in my head. But I know that people listening, it could bring some stuff up for them. So if it did that and I did not warn you, I apologize. um, and I'm sure as hell not gonna cut anything out because I'm too lazy. Um, but I think this will be a good addition to the channel, and hopefully I'll get back to making another video sooner than like a month. But I only really make videos when I feel like it, and I just hadn't felt the urge until today. I also just had a lot more time today, which was nice. So, anyways, I love you guys. I love myself. No Diddy. And I hope you love yourselves. And if you don't, I hope you're trying. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I am probably. Oh, I need to do laundry. That's what I'm gonna go do. So, yeah. Shout out laundry doers out there. Alright. Bye bye, guys.